nice.
Yeah. Matt's super awake today.
Wait, do we cut a promo?
Cut a promo, Teddy.
Let's cut the promo. Alright. Welcome to the most must-see podcast in the history of man. Welcome to...
The Leftover Pants Podcast.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Matt's super tired today.
Nailed it.
I had a Rockstar energy drink. Question. Do you guys know if Rockstar energy drink is the same Rockstar that makes Grand Theft Auto? Because they have very similar logos. And I always think that, and I want to look it up every time I drink a Rockstar, and I never do.
So are you going to look it up?
Nah, we'll look it up.
Okay.
Correction for next week. Welcome to the Leftover Pants Podcast, episode 12. I got the date right this time. It's August 27th, 2017.
You said date break.
No date rape here. Not on the Leftover Pants Podcast. August 27th, 2 days after my 4th wedding anniversary. That's how I remembered it. Thank you. And I put the date in on my notes. It doesn't matter. Fuck it. And I always get it wrong, but this time I did it a week ahead of time and I was right. I keep adding to it. So, I have here reactions to last week's episode. Matt's all moved in now.
Yep. For the most part.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, got anything else for me?
No.
Okay. Teddy.
I haven't been doing anything.
Teddy, how's the restaurant?
Oh, Chinesey 24/7. Working my ass off. You know how it is. Everyone that visits me knows I hustle. And I do play games. I just don't play a lot of it.
Speaking of which, what's that over there?
Oh, it's still unopened, by the way, guys.
We have a Wii U, Switch, Nintendo Switch. There's a Wii U in the background that we were just talking about. This is not a good start to the podcast. That Teddy may or may not open live on the podcast today. He's kind of cock-teasing us a little bit.
My apologies.
Yeah, sure.
To the two viewers out there.
Just put the tip down a little bit. Move it around. Hey, there was a lot of news this week. So we're going to talk about Final Fantasy 15 in 2017, but there's still a lot of Final Fantasy 15 news. We're going to talk about Assassin's Creed Origins.
Ooh.
We're going to talk about Injustice 2. We're going to talk about Street Fighter 5. Notice how these are all old games, but there's a lot of new news for these old games. What else? Let me scroll through real quick. There's some big games coming out this week. Mario and Rabbids, the first big, probably must-own Switch game besides Zelda.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
Implying that Splatoon 2 is not a must.
I'm implying it's not entirely new.
It's a new game. I mean, if
You argued the opposite last week, saying it's basically Splatoon 1 with some new stuff in it.
You must play, you said.
I don't feel it's a must play.
I feel it's a must play.
Okay.
Especially if you Switch.
I haven't opened my Switch yet.
A lot of games were announced this week, post-Gamescom. The SNES Classic and Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition pre-orders went up. We'll talk about our adventures in pre-ordering or not pre-ordering. And we have a cool special edition 10-question Quiztacular this week.
Yes.
Do you have 5 wins or 6 wins?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's like...
He has a substantial lead in the 2017 season for Quiztacular. But we're going to have a cool Quiztacular today. And before we end this intro segment...
Oh, we gotta give shoutouts.
Give shoutouts.
Yeah. Let me do this one.
Yeah.
Melissa Malding, congratulations. You got the 2 tickets to Platinum 2.0, October 28th.
Oops.
I will get those to you shortly. And
My
who's
friend,
our other contestant?
My friend Ramiro, who I used to work with, who watches the podcast every week.
Won the copy of Sonic
He
Mania.
won your free copy of Sonic Mania. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Matt.
Ramiro, for watching.
No problem.
We'll get that to you for Nintendo Switch.
And there's our 2 viewers.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Thank you to you and Kevin. I saw him, I don't have him on Facebook. I gotta become friends with him.
Yes, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. I saw other advertisements for Platts Nerd. That's the September 28th, right? October 28th.
Yep.
Platts Nerd in the Champlain Center North, where China Cafe is. Sonic Mania is already out. Oh, we can talk some Sonic Mania today, too.
Yes.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. Here we go for episode number 12. Yeah. Peeking down my Doom phone case always shows up on the episodes when I'm editing it and stuff. I ordered a really cool Overwatch one this week, and I just needed a new one because this one's falling apart and shit. And it was incoming, and they canceled it at the last second, and I have to wait like 2 weeks for the refund.
Why?
I don't know. They didn't give me a reason. Anyway, Matt,
Yeah.
what's been up this week? What have you been playing?
I finished Sonic Mania.
You beat it?
Yep. And
Did you cheat?
No. And
Did you get the true ending? Yeah, there were.
no, I didn't get all the emeralds or anything.
Oh.
I missed some, but it was alright. I think the ending was kind of
Well, brief spoilers because I got the true ending.
with all the emeralds and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, I cheated. I tried, but
Yeah, I was
cheated.
gonna say because if you didn't
So-
cheat,
So I looked it up
you have to be
after.
God. So
I was getting close, but you can't save if you cheat. For the next 30 seconds, spoilers for Sonic Mania if you really care about the storyline.
Damn it.
Now, I didn't realize I got the true ending when I did it. What is the bad ending? I had to look it up later to figure it out.
the bad ending.
Yeah. He goes into the portal, he gets sucked into the portal, right?
What?
Okay, did you even see the true ending at all?
No, I haven't seen the true ending.
Okay,
I
what
just
happens
got
in the
ending
bad
when You
ending?
have a couple emeralds.
What happens?
Essentially, you beat Eggman and then
Robotnik.
or Robotnik, Eggman, whatever.
No, Robotnik. He's still called Eggman in this one, but in the original games, he was called Robotnik, and then Sega was like, no, he's not called Robotnik anymore, he's called Eggman. So in this one, even though it's the Robotnik sprite, they still call him Eggman, and that pisses people off my age.
My age.
Continue.
This is
You
my
beat the
face.
game.
This is my face of caring.
Okay, yeah. This is my face with you
And
telling this fucking story.
Basically, it just shows like exploding whatever the last boss is, and then it just is him laughing and him tossing the emeralds or whatever.
That's it?
Yeah, that was like the entire fucking ending. I was like, wow, that's kind of shitty.
Okay, well, the good ending is also shitty. Oh, do you not want to hear this? Do you care? It's a side-scrolling Sonic game.
I guess I'll still play it. Let's go.
Okay.
Say it.
So,
Ruin it for me.
after you beat Robotnik, the fake last boss.
Eggman, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Fake
Goes to an actual last boss, and like this robotic thing that feeds off of the 7 Chaos Emeralds comes in. It's this new enemy that they made for this game. Comes in, takes over Robotnik's monstrous machine, and possesses it, and basically merges and becomes one. And you become Super Sonic because you get all the emeralds. So you're flying around like Sonic 3, and you have to fight this boss. And the boss is kind of a pain in the ass, but if you beat the boss, there's this huge explosion. And it's not really clear if they're like going through time or into another dimension or like merging with the older games or the newer games or whatever, but in Sonic CD style animation, Knuckles and Tails comes flying out and they're looking over the city. And there's a huge explosion as the portal collapses. And they think Sonic is stuck inside, so they look kind of disappointed. But then you see Sonic spinning around and he's coming out. But it doesn't really show him coming out, so it's kind of unclear if he gets stuck in there or not. And so there's a lot of theories online saying that it's a reboot, and that's how the rebooting of Sonic Forces is that it's closing the continuity of the older games. It's kind of ambiguous, but anyways, it closes and it explodes, but as it explodes, fireworks of Sonic's face go off in the air. And that's how it ends. And I thought it was kind of lame.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
Yeah, it was kind of dumb. So I didn't know that the bad ending was even worse. I just figured it was cut off early and then it continued after.
It just
Okay.
says try again, and he's just like
Try again.
Yeah, and
That was
he's
always
like,
the worst.
I guess I'm
You
not
beat the
gonna
game,
open
try
the
again.
Switch for this.
Try again on another difficult. Fuck! No, Teddy.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'll open eventually.
Did you play anything else?
No, honestly, really not really.
You want a coffee?
No, I'm good.
You want a beer?
No, I just
You just want to go to bed?
yeah. Tired.
Okay. Teddy,
Yes.
you got some energy for me?
Of course, I always do.
What have you played this week besides Pokemon Go?
I think this is not a good video games podcast.
It's okay. We actually have a lot of video games to talk about. You watched the fucking fight this week. I worked all week. You're always working every week.
But
and playing Pokemon Go. You brought your Switch, which is a step closer to opening it. What have you been doing this week?
We could just open a Switch.
I've actually been busy pre-ordering stuff.
What did you pre-order? We'll talk about pre-orders right now.
All right, I pre-ordered, against my better judgment, the Scorpio edition
Of the Xbox One X.
I decided, if it's truly going to be limited and it's only going to be $100 to just secure one and then decide later.
They are sold out worldwide.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I did, and then I'll decide as soon as it comes out whether I want it or not.
A quick interjection. The Xbox One X, according to Microsoft, and they did this for the headlines, but they did sell out after about 6 days.
Is there a specific number? A production number?
No, but they did say that
Yes.
on Amazon, and Amazon confirmed this, it was the fastest selling pre-order in Xbox history, and it has already outsold the PS4 Pro.
Well,
The Pro's been out since last November.
It's already outsold it.
It's already outsold it. Now the Pro, we don't have an exact number as to how many Pros. Now, obviously, the majority of the PS4 sold are Slims, or the original PS4 for the last few years, but the Pro's been out for almost a year. Bless you. And the Scorpio edition, old habits die hard. The Xbox One X has already outsold it apparently, according to Amazon.
Guess that's a positive
And
spin.
Microsoft. Microsoft likes to put positive spins with their PR, yeah. But yeah, no, it's good. It's fastest selling pre-order in Xbox history, so that's cool. It's going to be a big deal, regardless of not a lot of games coming out alongside it.
I mean, that's cool.
I think the biggest problem it's going to run into is the fact that it's a 4K machine that will probably do native 4K for Microsoft stuff, and not necessarily native 4K for everything else.
According to Digital Foundry, they ran an article this week where they tested the 100 games that get Xbox One X
treatment.
patches, yeah.
Well, of
including,
course, it's Xbox One games that are being upscaled to 4K.
They're not upscaled. It's native 4K. In the
Well,
old
no,
games.
but that's what I'm saying is there are these old games that were built for older hardware that they're putting in 4K.
Oh, you mean like in the future?
Yeah, I'm talking about future games like
That remains to be seen.
Crackdown 3. What the fuck is going to happen to Crackdown?
That's
3?
why that got delayed. Is because
Right.
they're putting 4K textures on that game.
And because they can't get it to run in fucking 4K reliably, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah, I'm sure it has
I wouldn't doubt that.
issues.
I'm sure they're running into issues. They're like, oh fuck. Especially with all those collapsible buildings and shit.
That game might be in trouble. I'm still psyched for it because I love that series, but yeah, the only launch title that comes out alongside the Xbox One X is Super Lucky's Tale, which runs in 4K apparently. It's a cartoon, it looks nice, but it's not the kind of game that you want. You want Forza 7 or something, okay. But anyway, you pre-ordered the Project Scorpio edition.
I also pre-ordered
The SNES Classic.
the SNES Classic and the WWE Cena Enough edition. I only got that. Listen, I'm all about hustle, loyalty, respect, but I'm not about John Cena. I'm actually a big-time Cena hater.
So wait a minute, my boy...
But I got it for historical significance because when all is said and done, he's gonna be the GOAT of WWE. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say that.
What the fuck is the GOAT?
He's gonna be the greatest of all time. He's gonna have the most championships when he decides to hang them up. And this edition, it's individually autographed, and it's got
They did
a
that
piece
with
of
Pokemon
something
before,
else
too,
and I just bought it for the collectible.
If you're a WWE fan, those special editions are legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is John Cena gonna be considered the greatest of all time?
Because
coming from someone who hasn't watched professional wrestling in years.
A quick aside, and I am the biggest Cena hater of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time.
You love Roman Reigns.
No, I don't.
This guy's a Roman Reigns.
I love my boy Seth Rollins, who's on the cover of WWE 2K18, but this Cena Special Edition just overshadows
Cena
him.
enough. Cena enough.
So anyway, in the storyline and the continuity of WWE's fake sports
entertainment
entertainment
soap opera.
landscape. They have went out of their way to make each successive, not every successive icon the greatest of all time. They did it with Stone Cold. Like Stone Cold, for a lot of reasons, you could argue he was bigger than Hulk Hogan. I think Hulk Hogan was the biggest of all time and the greatest of all time. Not the best wrestler, but he's the biggest icon in the history of the business. Stone Cold Steve Austin defined an era, and they really went out of their way to make him the new eras, the Attitude Eras at the time in the 90s, like the new icon. He was the new Babe Ruth of WWE, of professional wrestling at the time. When John Cena came along and really got big around 04-05, I mean, he came along before that, but at that point, they started to build him up and they realized he was sticking around. He wasn't going to do movies like The Rock. He wasn't going to retire early because of medical issues like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was going to be the WWE's guy.
The workhorse.
Yeah. So they made him the guy, and for 12 years now, going on 13, they went out of their way to market him as like the Superman of DC Comics. Or like the Wolverine of...
Super Cena.
Yeah, he's Superman. He is the main character of WWE programming and has been for over a decade. So in that process, they have booked him, meaning they have written the storylines to have him tie Ric Flair for the most championships ever for any professional wrestler. He's a 16-time world champion. He will probably surpass it at some point, which is an absolute... If you're a pure wrestling purist, that's malarkey. That is just bullshit. Yeah, nobody should touch Ric Flair's record, but now he's tied it. But they went out of their way to make him their most profitable superstar, and he has went out of their way, his way, to meet them halfway and do everything they possibly can to make him look like he's the man. So even
now, I'm gonna sound like a total
that's fine.
Just like a rumor guy, but isn't he a woman beater?
No, he cheated on his wife with porn stars.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
And there's photographic proof of it.
I also heard he was a woman beater. Like he beat his wife or something like that.
No. Stone Cold Steve Austin had...
allegations?
Well, remember when he was married to Deborah? They got divorced because he was charged... I don't think it ever went through, but he was charged with domestic abuse or something.
But, like, let's be real, did he actually beat his wife?
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah.
He had alcoholic issues at the time, and he had medical issues, and he was addicted to painkillers. He had issues. There are a lot of professional wrestlers that have had substance abuse issues over the years. John Cena, not one of them. Yeah, he's a clean guy, but they market him. They have him do all these, like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all of this other shit. But, good stuff. Yeah. But in the process, like even if somebody else outshines him, or somebody else sells more T-shirts over a fiscal quarter than him, they will do their typical WWE retconning and say that it's not true. Like they'll do a Donald Trump fake news type of deal, and they'll be like, no, like John Cena has the most Make-A-Wish granted, most wishes granted. When CM Punk went out of his way to do a lot of cool things under the radar and not fucking politicize it. But they would always film it with John Cena and say, 800 wishes granted over 10 years, and like he's this cool guy who's wholesome and he's Superman, but in real life he cheated on his wife with Kendra Lust and fucking Nikki Bella, and now he's getting married to Nikki Bella because he got her big fake tits, and he's kind of a shithead in real life. Like, pure wrestling fans understand that. One, John Cena is not that skilled in the ring. He's just not. He doesn't lay it in. He's got the 5 moves of doom. Give him for credit. He's got 5. He does the same fucking 5. So did Hulk Hogan, in all fairness, but he does the same sequence in every match. If you've seen one John Cena match, you've seen them all. And for 12 fucking years, listen, in the history of professional wrestling, in the history of professional wrestling, no, wait a minute. In the history of professional wrestling, when you are on top, Hulk Hogan was on top for like 5 or 6 years in WWE. Okay? You went from Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, that failed. Then they went to Bret Hart, that wasn't a failure, but he was on top for a couple of years. He took the reins when Hulk Hogan went to WCW. He was the icon in WWE. Then Stone Cold Steve Austin came along, and he was on top for 4 or 5 years. Then The Rock came along, and they overlapped a little bit, but he was on top for 4 or 5 years. It's usually a 4 or 5 year window. Then John Cena came along, and we're 13 years in, and now they're just starting to transition to Roman Reigns. One, that's because they haven't been able to...
Because it's his yard now.
They haven't been able to transition and develop their own guys like they did back in the day. Because they Brock Lesnar was a homegrown talent. The Rock was a homegrown talent. Bret Hart at the time was a homegrown talent. Stone Cold wasn't, but they used to grow their own guys and develop them. Now they're having trouble producing superstars. So John Cena, every time they tried to progress to Ryback at one point, that failed. They tried to progress to Brock Lesnar. He left for WWE or for UFC at one point and the NFL. Now they found their next guy, and that's Roman Reigns. Very similarly, they're forcing him into these storylines to make him look so awesome.
Him relevant.
But we know, like, if you watch the matches, because fans like us, we like great in-ring talent plus great on the mic talent to make this charisma and this character pop through on the screen. And somebody like John Cena, he's got the mic skills. He doesn't have a lot of the one-liners, and he's got the pretty t-shirts and the colorful, all this stuff. But the in-ring talent sucks. So when you had guys like CM Punk with the greatest, longest reigning WWE champion of the past 30 years at the time, in 2011-12, like one of the best title reigns of all time, one of the best booked, it was must-see television for over a year. Never main event at a WrestleMania, even though he was the champ during 2 WrestleManias. 1 WrestleMania, 28. Still didn't main event, because John Cena had to main event WrestleMania, okay? Because he's their boy. It's customary, you have the championship go on last at WrestleMania. That's like that's like the Super Bowl. Imagine the Super Bowl was played, but it wasn't for the title. It was like the fucking, the loser of the NFC Championship game got to play in the Super Bowl, and then they did the title before that. You know what I mean? No, you don't do that.
We should end it.
Yeah, we'll end a segment. Fuck it. Cena is in the WWE 2K. Cena not the division.
He can seemingly talk about WWE endlessly.
There we go.
Yay.
You can come sit with us, have a talk.
Yep.
Chit chat about some video games.
Sure.
So you want to take a nap? You can take a nap. Him and I can.
Take a nap around the table. Wait, so now that we're done talking about your love for Cena and Roman Reigns,
Yeah, we're done talking about WWE.
What's the next?
Video games. Get this.
Oh,
What's up?
We've got some corrections, which are always fun. We've got some clarifications.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some game announcements this week. There are actually a lot of them because they're games. No, we'll discuss the announcements. And we've got some news before Quiztacular. Okay, so here we go. So what I'm going to do is the corrections and clarifications that we usually do. They're fun. They're informational. I usually go through them. If you guys got anything to say, we discuss it.
do it.
For the news items, we'll go a little bit slower this week. And if it's something specific, rather than just last week, I was kind of trying to get through it because we had things going on, there were 4 of us, and it ran a little long. But this week, for the news, the meat, the girth of the podcast, okay? Do you like that? Will be us talking about the news, if we have anything to say, rather than me just listing the news to you, the viewer. And then we'll do Quiztacular. 10 questions. I think I'm going to do 10 questions from now on. It's a round number. It's good. It's a good length. Last week went a little long just because I had extra questions.
Yeah. You had like 30 fucking questions.
Oh, I didn't. I had 14.
Seemed like 30.
It felt like 50.
Right.
You're 30. Okay. That's only because you lost. No. Okay. So,
Shots fired.
corrections. You ready?
Yep.
Clarifications, if you will. Last week, I mentioned that PlayStation Eye game for PS3 with the AR cards that you put down and you can hit. Yeah, it's called The Eye of Judgment.
Oh, yes.
It came bundled with the camera. Dave got it for me Christmas 2007. Thank you, Dave. Still can't find the camera.
Dave, the puppet?
The puppet? Yeah, the puppet.
Oh, okay.
The puppet dude. He watches every week. He's a loyal viewer. And there's sirens in the background.
There are.
Somebody's got a 5-star warning level. The special edition Samus 3DS. It is indeed a new 3DS. You were right.
Mm-hmm.
No price. Okay.
I was right, but I mean.
Yeah, well, I just want to give you some props here. You're right once in a while. I'll give you one. Here you go.
Hey.
Hey.
You win even when it's rigged.
Okay. Remember I
win
said
sometimes.
Remember I said I fucked
Every
up
time.
60% of the time. I win every time. Remember I messed up with the Sonic Forces thing, and I said that
Brothers and
they were
stuff.
brothers and shit. It was weird. And then I said something about her sister. It turns out no. There is a character named Sister Sonic who was due to star in her own game. She was not in the comics, any comics. She was not in any game. She was not in any show. She was due to get her own game called Sister Sonic. Nobody knows if it was for Genesis or 32X, but it was canceled early in development. This is back around the time like Sonic and Knuckles came out. They were trying to expand the roster of Sonic characters, so I stand corrected. Her name was Sister Sonic. She was designed to be Sonic's long-lost sister. She was supposed to star in her own game of the same name. The game was canceled in the mid-90s. She never officially made any appearance in Sonic media. There are a lot of fan drawings and stuff. I was going to put one up, but we're not going to do that because she doesn't exist. Yep. Reggie Fils-Aimé. You said correctly that he worked at
MTV
or something.
Yep.
And we also mentioned Pizza Hut or Nike or something. Did a little research. Reggie Fils-Aimé, who we love. He worked first at Procter & Gamble. They didn't say what he did. This is Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I did some hardcore
Where it
research.
is.
Yeah. He worked at Procter & Gamble. Then he became the Senior Director of National Marketing for Pizza Hut. He launched and created the Bigfoot Pizza and the Big New Yorker. You remember those?
Yeah.
From the 90s.
That was him?
That was him. That was all his deal. That's how he became famous, actually. He launched those. Then he became the head of marketing for Guinness Beer. That's a big deal. Then he became the chief marketing officer for Derby Cycle. Then he became the managing director of Raleigh, UK. Then he joined Panda Management Company, Chinese company.
Yeah.
You know Panda, from
Interesting.
more out west.
Yeah.
Of Panda Chinese food. Then he did not work for MTV. He became the senior vice president of VH1 Television. I don't remember if MTV owns VH1 or what the deal is
Yes.
I was pretty sure that that's what it was.
there. Then he joined Nintendo. And the rest is history.
Alright.
As far as I know, too, he's been at Nintendo the longest out of
Yeah.
all those places.
Yeah, he didn't stay at a lot of them.
So, Sony, CEO, CFO, CIO, COO of China Cafe, if there's a position open.
Willing to transfer.
Yeah.
We'll send you his
It
resume.
worked pretty good for Reggie, right?
Sesame chicken on French fries. Okay, that's bigger than the Bigfoot. You don't see any Bigfoot at Pizza Hut anymore, do you? Okay, we've got the sesame chicken on French fries in Plattsburgh still. So. I really
Still
want
trying.
some actually. Maybe I'll stop there tomorrow before. I'll be in tomorrow.
Chinese.
The new early access period for Quake Champions. Remember I said I played it for free?
Yeah.
It's not free to play yet, but the early access for Steam is called the Steam Early Access Program. It's live right now. The price will go up later, but it'll also be free later. Don't worry about
Why are they charging a price for
it.
it?
Because it's $30 to get every champion that's out and every champion that will ever come out. They're doing basically a champions pack. The only way you can
So the
play
game's not free then.
it was in the early access, the non-Steam early access. I played through the Bethesda app before. For the last few months I've been playing for free. Now, the only way to get it through Steam is to pay $30 to get all the champions. Next month, in September, it will go free to play for everyone. They didn't say how, but you'll get one champion for free.
So it's gonna
And then you can buy each one, or you can buy all of them forever for $40 later. Okay?
So the game's basically $40.
Right now it's $30.
Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if Joe Schmo buys it in whatever, like 6 months to a year, you're gonna be.
But
paying
it's going to go
$40.
free to play next month.
Yeah, but with one champion.
Well, that's like everything else, so
Well,
it's
yeah,
free to play.
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. If you want to buy it
if-
legit,
Yeah, like if you
Yeah.
if you're like going to play Quake Champions, you're paying $40.
Yeah, they may have like a champion rotation, kind of like League of Legends does,
How
or
Killer Instinct was doing.
Killer Instinct. Yeah, all those games that are go with the free-to-play model, they kind of give you some freebies just to try to keep the player community up. It worked for Warframe. Apparently, Warframe has like 24 million monthly active users right now,
That's fucking
and it's always been free-to-play, but that's supported by microtransactions. It's a lot like Destiny apparently now. There's a new social space. There's new open world areas. Anyway, Injustice 2's Fighter Pack 1. We were confused about it last week. It contains Starfire, Red Hood, and Mortal Kombat's Sub-Zero. I don't remember if I put this in the news, so we'll just mention it now. They did announce the Fighter Pack 2 this week. It contains Raiden from Mortal Kombat with a new design. Hellboy.
Yeah.
From Hellboy. The comic books. And Black Manta, which I called Raiden and Black Manta out because you could see their outline in the back of the original trailer when they first announced the Fighter Pack 1. So I think there's going to be a Fighter Pack 3, but anyway. Splatoon 2 was released on July 21st, 2017. We have the date wrong. The spiritual successor to Resogun is called Nex Machina from Housemarque. That's not out yet.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
It's in development.
Wait.
The name sounds familiar, though,
Wait,
right?
Didn't Game Informer review it and it got Game of the Month on the most recent issue?
I have it next to my computer. I'll check when we get home. But
They said it's like their great Housemarque's best title to date. Twin stick shooter, right?
I don't know. I just know that it's they called it the spiritual sequel to Resogun.
That's what
The
I
game
heard.
that we mentioned last week, I still don't know what that is. It's out though.
Yeah.
The Jurassic Park game you talked about was Jurassic World Evolution. And I listened to a podcast about it through Easy Allies. They don't watch us, but the Easy Allies podcast used to be the Game Trailers guys.
Yep.
I keep meaning to mention them because that's my favorite podcast, and I listen to them every week, and I have since they started doing the Game Trailers, whatever their original podcast was on Game Trailers. But they talked about it for like 30 minutes. And now I'm actually excited for that game. Because apparently it is a lot like, or going to be a lot like, Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
Which I hate when they put those types of games on console just because it doesn't work well with the controller and such, yeah. That said, apparently Xbox One has mouse and keyboard support now, but I don't know why you would want to do that unless you don't have a PC, but whatever. Yeah, so that's it for corrections. You guys have anything to add?
No.
Okay. You alright?
Yeah, I'm just really tired.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon. Okay. Got some new releases this week. Here they come. I'm going to start putting the box art up because I think that's cool.
Cool.
And sometimes I say I'm going to put stuff up on screen and then I accidentally skip over it because I go out of the room or something when I'm editing. No, I'm going to do it for real tonight. Had a Rockstar energy drink. I don't know if you can tell. You want one?
No, I'm good.
Okay. I'll be up all night editing. We'll have it up soon. New releases this week and next. Absolver for PC and PS4 comes out August 29th. It's up there. Ark Survival Evolved. PS4, Xbox One, and PC, August 29th. That's this Tuesday. All of these are August 29th. Everybody's Golf, which, by the way, did you know that Everybody's Golf is the reboot of Hot Shots Golf?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I know that, but I didn't know. Until I was listening to Easy Allies the other day. Apparently it's called something different, and it's called like New Hot Shots Golf or something in Japan. But over here, they're just rebranding it completely to try to get sales on.
Yeah.
And now I want to get it. Like, holy shit. IGN, they're not even reviewing it. They've confirmed they're not even reviewing it. Hot Shots Golf is fucking huge. I've played those since the original. I think I'm going to go to Walmart after this. Oh, it's not out yet. It comes out the 29th. Fuck. I was just about to impulse buy Everybody's Golf. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle on Switch, August 29th, which I know you're getting, right?
Maybe. Maybe if I want to blow $60 on something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Full retail.
Pillars of Eternity, the complete edition for PS4, Xbox One. Resident Evil Revelations 1, which they're porting. 2's already out on current gen consoles. 1's coming. Warriors All-Stars, you know what that is?
No.
It's the, what are those games called?
Dynasty Warriors?
Dynasty Warriors. It's like a mashup of all their games.
All across the Warriors properties?
Yeah. The actual Warriors, like the ones they own. Koei.
Yeah.
Yakuza Kiwami, which I pre-ordered the Steelbook. You got the Steelbook?
$30 Steelbook edition.
We're going to talk about it after. They announced Yakuza Kiwami 2 for this fall. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
Holy shit, they're remaking the second one too. These are not remasters, you know. These are full-on remakes.
Kind of stoked.
With the Yakuza 6 engine, which they also announced for the West for this fall.
Kind of stoked.
And by 6, I mean, 6, the Song of Life. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen, the expansion for the super popular. Holy shit, you're falling asleep during the podcast.
I'm tired as fuck.
Why don't you put your head down? It'll be fun.
No.
It'll be funny.
No, I'm cool.
Okay.
Let's just keep going.
I'll keep going. Life is Strange Before the Storm, episode 1 comes out 29th. Then on September 5th, we got Knack 2, and September 6th, I'll be out of town when Destiny 2 launches, but I'll be back. And I'm going, like, balls deep. Like, I'm not, because I'm going to have to work at some point. I can't play during the week. But I won't, I'm getting excited is what I'm saying. I'm excited about Destiny 2. I'll talk to you. I put in over 1,000 hours into Destiny 1. Super excited about 2. But not excited to the point that I want to be because I'm not going to be able to... It was basically a second job. Like, I was putting in 40 hours a week for well over a year into Destiny 1 at one point. I'm excited about that. Oh, and we also have Monster Hunter Stories on September 8th for 3DS. I'm excited about Destiny 2. Are you getting Destiny 2?
I have it pre-ordered.
Are you going to play it, though?
Probably not.
God damn it.
Probably not.
I'm thinking about making a new clan. We should make a Leftover Pants clan.
That would be interesting.
Because my old clan, they kind of migrated to other clans, so I'm still going to play with them. I don't know if they watch this podcast or not. But, think about making a Leftover Pants clan.
Okay.
We should probably have in the segment pretty soon.
Let's do the game announcements real quick, and then we'll end the segment. Yakuza Kiwami 2, we already talked about. They finally announced Age of Empires 4, which is a big deal for some people. And apparently they also did a new remaster of 1 and 2 that they announced, and probably 3. Fear Effect Reinvented, complete reimagining of Fear Effect 1. It's a PS1 classic.
Yep.
I used to have it.
That was my phone.
Oh, I thought it stopped recording. Secret of Mana, a full-on... Remember we talked about Mana, but none of us really know anything about the Secret of Mana. Full-on 3D remake for PS4 and I think Switch.
Beautiful.
No, PS4 and Steam.
Ooh,
That's
whoa.
it? Yeah.
Ouch.
That is weird. That's a fucking big deal, though. It's
Switch
Secret of
would have
Mana.
been
Switch would have been
Money.
perfect.
And then they also announced Final Fantasy 15 for PC, which is going to be a monster. What did they say, like 160 gigs
Something crazy.
is the file size or something? It's going to be pretty as shit. And that game is a game that needs to be on PC. But also, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, it's like a little chibi version for iOS and Android, where they tell the entire story of Final Fantasy 15 with a different battle system and a new art style, but in 10 quick chapters, not quick, but 10 small micro-sized chapters to try to get the Final Fantasy 15 story out there, which I think is actually pretty good. Ready for this? We got some news this week.
What is it?
I'm gonna tell you. Teddy, you ready?
Alright.
Ready for some news? I'm gonna hit you in the face with some news and just gonna like slap it on you and be like,
Head up.
right now. Right in the face. Ready?
Yeah.
Here it comes. Close your eyes. A new... He actually closed his eyes. A new Overwatch match debuted at Gamescom. It's Junkertown. We'll put a picture up too. I'm gonna start doing that stuff. You're the big Overwatch guy here. You still haven't played Overwatch, right?
Never heard of it.
Oh, Teddy. Junkertown. It's on the PTR already. It's basically someplace in Nevada where Junkrat?
I think it's Australia.
Yeah, it is Australia. Big difference.
Shit.
Kind of.
What's his name? Junkrat? I never
And
played
Roadhog.
him. Junkrat and Roadhog. I like Roadhog, but he got nerfed. They're nerfed from my boy Doomfist, which he's already nerfed as fuck, I think. I played as him the other night.
They had to water him down.
Holy shit, did we talk about that on the episode? Where I got my ass kicked? He's not, he's openly available for everybody now. Yeah, like the reload or the refill time for his shotgun knuckles.
Yep.
Like, you get
ridiculous.
4 shots and it's very slow to reload now.
It's because it was doing wild damage. It was retarded.
But even his punch, like, even squishy characters like fucking Widowmaker and shit, unless they're already shot down or something, if they're at full health, you're not killing them in one shot.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're also nerfing, I didn't put this in here, but they're nerfing Mercy. And they're taking away her resurrection as her ultimate.
Thank God.
I didn't like that. I'm not a healer. We talked about this. I'm not a fucking healer. If you call me to be a fucking healer, you can be a healer. Alright? Yeah, but no, it's not her ultimate anymore. It's a good and bad. It's not her ultimate ability anymore, it's one of her regular abilities.
Yep.
But she can only do it, yes, there's a 30-second cooldown, and she can only do it to one character at a time. Instead of having this big area of effect, and anybody that's in there she can resurrect and completely change the tide of battle. Yeah, that's whatever. Junkertown.
No more stupid wins via retarded Mercy alt.
So,
Happy about it. In case you couldn't
he's
tell.
thrilled. Can you tell? Junkertown, though, have you seen anything on it? Does it look cool? How do you feel? How does it fit into the Overwatch lore guy?
I unfortunately haven't played
What's
Overwatch.
that? I can't hear you. Your hands in the way.
Sorry. I unfortunately haven't played Overwatch.
In a while.
Quite a while.
Why? Losing interest?
No, I just had so much other shit to play.
Understood.
Honestly, Final Fantasy 14, if I have like 10 minutes to sit down and do anything at the moment, that's what I try to play.
Are you sick?
What?
Are you sick?
No, but
I had a really bad cold this week.
don't think I'm sick.
You're not gonna get sick from me now, but I was just asking you. You're sick, because I don't want to get sick again.
No.
Not me.
I should be good, maybe.
No, me.
But,
New Overwatch, man. Junkertown.
but yeah. So, it looks cool.
Looks cool, eh?
I know it's in Australia. It's supposed to have some lore to kind of flesh out Junkrat and Roadhog's deal.
I think they need more attention.
I think that a lot of people can kind of get the impression that they're goof characters, not necessarily actual, like,
Hey,
Overwatch
they-
heroes.
They are, well, yeah. I mean,
That, at
They
least
can
from,
change.
At least from a lore perspective. Like, we don't know enough about these guys other than they're crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy
Oh.
dudes from Australia.
Overwatch lore is always a work in progress because they constantly add new comics and new animated shorts, which leads us.
They don't even know the fucking story before they make the game. They make
They
the
look it up
content.
as they go along.
They
It's
literally make the content and they're like, oh fuck, we need a story.
And they build around it. That's what I fucking like. I reference Mortal Kombat a lot,
Yeah.
but when I was growing up, that was what they were doing for Mortal Kombat. They just stick new characters in that looked really cool. And they wouldn't put much lore in the games at all other than like a little bit of text for their endings.
Yeah.
And they would wait until the next game came out to like say who lived or died or like what happened between the different characters. This is kind of the same thing, but they're doing it through content updates and input through the community, which is cool. Anything else to add on Overwatch?
No.
They did also air a new animated short centering around May and her background, which I knew from like the wikis and stuff, but it's actually cool to see it in person.
Mhm.
Is this one traditional animation or is it back to being CG?
CJ.
That's what I thought, and that's fucking cool. Because that Doomfist one sucked.
I'm pretty salty about that.
I don't like anime. Plus, they're not Japanese. Not the characters, but I mean, there's American anime as well. I don't like anime at all, first of all. They never did any anime for fucking Overwatch in the first place. It didn't fit with it. Everybody's like, oh, it's so cool. And like, first of all,
The whole well, let me say this
you say
before
what you gotta say.
The whole game is kind of about diversity and inclusion.
Yes.
And
Yes.
they're diversifying the content that they're putting out.
I will counter that.
What the fuck is the problem with that?
I will counter that with two things. One,
Diversity, but I only want
Okay.
one type of anime.
No, because one, all the content that they put out in the form of short films or short episodes was all one animation style. Then they broke the cycle and it changed it completely, and now they're back to the CG. It's like, why did you do it
Well,
for
it's
one?
like-
And then that one that they did was Doomfist, a black overlord from Africa. That has nothing to do
What
with
the-
Japanese culture because it's anime. It's American anime from an anime company about an African character, but
But who the fuck cares?
I care because it has nothing to do with Japan. If they did it for like a character that was Japanese or like a samurai or something, or like something that's like Dragon Ball themed, or like somebody that's shooting fireballs out of their hands, or something that fits with anime in general, it would have been different. It would have been like, all right, you know what? Like this fits with the anime theme. This one, they're just like, fuck it, we're gonna do anime for one, and it's gonna be for the guy from Africa. It doesn't. He had nothing to do with anime, nothing to do with fucking like animated horror or like anything with the traditional anime culture. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
They're
Nick?
making it up as they're going along. There's no script. Right?
Like, for real, though.
Yeah.
I guess we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, they can do whatever fuck art style they want to do as long as they do it well, you know? Like, and they did do it well for the people, for the majority of people on planet Earth.
Is that a scientific fact?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
I deduced it right now. For the majority of people on planet Earth, we liked it, and we thought it was pretty dope, and you just don't, and I'm sorry. You feel that way, but it was dope.
I love what you just did. You said we liked it.
Yeah,
Did you like it? Did you watch it?
Never heard of it.
exactly. Yeah, that's.
Okay. Moving on.
That was good. That was good,
good.
guys. Yeah.
Good
Good input.
job.
Good input.
Good segment, guys. Good segment.
Yeah, never heard of it. Never heard of it.
HTC Vive. Remember that thing that we called the HTC VR or whatever?
$200 off, my boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
holy
the whole
shit.
bundle now with the motion controllers with Touch, HTC Touch. Is that what they call the controllers?
Yeah,
Something.
some bullshit like that.
Permanently dropped to $599. Now here's what I think. I want to put my input in real quick.
Still really fucking expensive.
It's expensive. Vive is supposedly the superior platform to play VR on. But
Yeah, if you have an entire fucking room to
Yeah.
set it up in.
well, VR is a work in progress as well as a technology, but PSVR, PlayStation VR, then what's the
Oculus.
Facebook one? Oculus Rift, and now HTC Vive. They all got price drops, which makes me think that maybe in another 6 months to a year, or maybe even this holiday, if they quickly. No, not that it's over at all. Like I think VR is completely the future of gaming, in my opinion. But I'm thinking Gen 2 of these devices are incoming. Because something like PlayStation VR, they really wanted to get the platform out there and then add content sporadically later. But the thing with PlayStation VR, it works very well and it's nice. You do notice compared to the other VR screens that you get that screen door effect a little bit because the resolution is a little bit lower. Well, it's a lot lower.
Yeah.
I think it's a 1080p screen in PlayStation VR. It's higher than that in Oculus. I
The
never
only
played
thing they
Vive.
have to give the PSVR is it uses OLED, which is really
Yeah.
fucking nice.
They also need like decent controllers for it because those PlayStation Move controllers are
Suck
fucking
dick.
ancient at
They
this
suck
point.
dick. Like,
It's
really
old.
bad.
They came out in 2010. That's almost 8 years ago.
Why they brought that fucking tech back is so retarded beyond belief. What the fuck?
But that it makes me think that there's a second generation of VR coming from these companies. There is also Facebook's obviously they just sunk $1 zillion into Oculus and
They'd be
TLC,
dumb to
but
give it up.
they're not going to give it up. But HTC is they're talking to Google about selling the entire VR part of the company to Google. They're looking for buyers. That's the rumor. That'd be pretty cool for Google to get into, but competition's good, and I think VR is good, but they gotta get the price down, and they gotta get the technology a little bit better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think VR has a niche that it can fill, but I don't see people regularly coming home to strap on headsets and do it that way. I think more more interactive media experiences probably would be better.
Baby
So
steps.
yeah. So, for instance, like let's say your game console can connect wirelessly to your phone, and obviously your game console is attached to your television, and say for instance these three will interact. So your game console calls your phone, and like it's like a part of the game.
Time to play, bitch.
Or
Turn on
like-
the PlayStation.
I think about like playing Resident Evil, and you're walking through the house and you have a cell phone for whatever reason, and you get a call on your actual cell phone,
That'd be creepy.
and like you're
Yeah.
trying to actually talk on the fucking
More immersive coordination between your devices.
Right. I think that would be more of a legitimate experience in my opinion than strapping a fucking headset on my head and going to
You
town.
You see different companies approach this differently.
Because if my phone actually fucking rang, holy shit, I'd be like, oh fuck.
you
and,
see companies...
and you have to like listen as you're going through that shit. Dude, that'd be nuts. Dope.
I agree. You do see companies approach this differently, though, because you have companies like Bethesda going all in saying, VR is completely the future. We are converting all of Fallout 4 and all its
And
expansions.
Skyrim.
And all of Skyrim and all its expansions, and we're making a Doom sequel. Like, holy shit. Like, I don't have PlayStation VR, but fuck, like, I would kill to play that. They're developing full games for this thing. Whereas you see people like Sony say, we're going to hire people like Rocksteady to make a 1-hour Batman game for $20. And that's fine, that's cool. Because a lot of people don't want to strap on the headset for like,
3
and
hours.
play
4
Fallout
hours.
4
Yeah.
for like 200 hours total. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people don't want to do that. I do. But then there's other companies, like you said, that want to do experiences. Like not LucasArts, but Disney is doing, and LucasArts, technically, doing like the Star Wars Battlefield experience. Yeah, it's like a mission, like a 10-minute thing that you get for free as a free expansion if you get the PlayStation version of Battlefield. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah, but
there's
that,
different...
But do those justify a
I'm just saying that different companies are doing,
Yeah.
having different approaches. But if you do these piecemeal approaches too, like, when you get enough of them, it's kind of, imagine like Steam. Steam does the, Steam does the Vive. They have a VR section on Steam for just Vive games, Vive compatible games. And like, if you had, I don't know how many there are, but say there was like, after 2 years, there's like 300 different like high quality experiences or games or different things that you could choose from. All of a sudden, now that there's a library there, it's more of an appealing purchase, especially as the price of VR as a whole and the ticket of admission goes down. Like, I haven't entered it yet because that's a lot of fucking money. It's a new console,
Yeah.
it's a new TV, you know?
I don't know. I'd be willing to double down if companies, because I think companies are making a really big step with just trying to go full blown VR. I think that's fucking nuts. I don't think it'll turn out right, especially with the tech that we have that's going to be running it. Like Skyrim in VR is going to be neat for like 20 hours, like probably max. And then you're going to try to do like the Alduin fight or some bullshit. And you're going to be like, oh fuck. Because you're going to try and
put it right on his forehead too, and just
you're gonna try to stick your fucking head up to look at Alduin, and you're like flying overhead, and you're gonna look like an idiot.
zoom so fast, like the Flash. But never mind, I'll cut that out.
No, you should. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Are you ready, Magic Man?
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
So
Magic Man.
I got a little pissed off. We all know I'm a PlayStation fan. We all know you like to buy consoles and not open them, especially special edition ones that are different colors.
Yeah. They're called cons.
We all know that the Xbox One X, they're called what?
Oh, nothing.
What'd you call them?
Oh, cons. I'm talking about the Joy-Cons.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the Switch that you had number.
Yeah.
I got a little pissed off the other day because we know the Xbox One X the pre-orders went up for the Project Scorpio edition.
Yo.
Just bought a fucking Switch a couple months ago. And I call it a couple weeks ago. I said, fuck. I'm like, if they make a third version of the PS4, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
And they announced it.
No. But they made it seem like they were going to, because the day the Xbox One X went on pre-order sale, Sony Europe tweets out a picture of a console with a sheet over it. So you can't see it, and it says, we're teasing something new. And I'm like, motherfucker, they're doing a native 4K PS4. That's going to be like the Scorpio,
That'd be pretty crazy.
Just 4K.
So I'm thinking for like 48 hours, I'm like, those fuckers, like, when are they going to announce it? Well, they finally announced it. They took the sheet off.
It's a Destiny 2.
No, it's a Gran Turismo Sport Special Edition PS4 Slim.
I want.
Well, it's Europe only.
It's not a pro.
I don't think it's a pro.
That's ridiculous.
The pros are kind of a joke anyway.
I don't want
That's
it.
so fucking stupid.
It's so stupid
But-
still.
But I'm glad that it's not a fucking new version that's above the pro, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, how many fucking new consoles can you make?
Stop this 1.5 console generation.
I mean, I'm alright, just don't fucking... They did the PS4, then they did the Slim, then they did the PS4 Pro. They did the fucking Xbox One, then the One S, which actually was a nice upgrade and ran a lot faster. I can attest to that. The UI and everything. And then the fucking One X. I don't want to get to this point next year and then say, hey, we have a fucking 6K console coming. Or, you know, one with like twice the horsepower or something.
Wait, so this leads us to the question then, right?
What question?
Matt, did you
What?
pre-order a Scorpio edition?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I did.
You
talked
did,
about it a
right?
little. Oh yeah, we talked about it a little bit last week. I'm actually getting pretty excited for it.
Yeah.
How about you? You pre-ordered one, right?
Yeah, I figured why not. I'll decide later if I want to keep it or not once it actually comes out, and maybe I'll open it if I do buy it.
Oh, my
Maybe I won't.
My thought process basically is it doesn't have any fucking games, so I won't buy it.
Yeah. You know how they got me to buy it? When they said, we only have 15.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Go
Like
back to the store 3 hours later. We're
The-
down to 6. I'm like,
the
shit.
the poor fucking
I
thing
guess.
is launching with Super Lucky's Tale. Like, just end its life now.
Yeah.
Microsoft, please put the gun to its fucking head and end it.
I won't argue against it because I don't feel strongly enough
Once
to.
again, Crackdown 3 got delayed, so Microsoft
And,
is
like-
already waving the flag.
I'm excited.
Like, and they're downsizing Fable to be like some shit card game, and like, and Super Lucky's Tale is launching, and Crackdown 3 got fucking delayed, and
Like,
they're
what?
having to fucking basically remaster a whole previous library.
They're not even selling it to you. The
right.
console. It's
Like, it's like they're selling old shit. It's like
And you know
I'm buying a used car.
I still pre-ordered it. And I still pre-ordered it.
I'm glad I pre-ordered it. I'm not an Xbox guy, but I'm a Halo guy. And Halo, and well, actually, almost all of Microsoft's first
Beyonce's
party.
pretty cool.
Huh?
Beyonce's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hate that song. Microsoft's first party lineup, as slim as it is, meant a lot to me last generation, so I stuck with it when the new console came out. But I don't know. I'm looking forward. I'm gonna check out what the Halo 5 4K textures look like because Halo 5 was already pretty.
As
Um,
the spring something funny to mind that
Oh, go ahead.
referenced earlier.
which is
Oh, you're just gonna dump the One X for whatever next
Oh,
console
yeah.
comes out.
Yeah.
do you want to say that on camera so we
Oh
have
yeah.
proof?
I'll totally call it. Probably like 2 years from now.
Wow, 2 years.
He's
Spit it out.
He's gonna dump it. Like
He says that this is my 4th Xbox One.
because they're gonna have the Xbox One XX, and he's gonna like
2
be like,
XL.
and he's gonna be like, oh my god, I can get 5 more frames per second in the dumpster. Let's go. Or
Like
it's-
dumpster named GameStop.
Like,
Yeah.
like how he chucked the Wii U with the quickness.
Right. Right.
Needed
Or like
that
how he
switch.
abandoned the Wii U, like,
Now you want a Wii U again.
I still have all my games. I just don't have the console.
and you know,
It's not like I was gonna plug that motherfucker in ever again anyway. And all the games
okay.
came to Switch anyway.
Look, hear me out. And then he's also gonna find out that it doesn't actually have games. And then he's gonna dump it. And he's smiling like a motherfucker because he can't confirm whether or not it's going to actually have games.
Here's the thing.
Because it's not. Spoiler alert.
Okay, I'm not the Microsoft guy here.
None of
But
us are
none of
actually.
us are, so I will be for the minute. I'll put my douchebag hat on like I did last week. You guys saw that, right?
Yeah,
That was
that was good.
Because you have to be a douchebag to be able to back up Microsoft's shit.
The
No
thing
problem.
saying Microsoft has no games is a misnomer. That's not true. They have plenty of games. They just don't have a lot of exclusives. No, I take that back too. They have a lot of great first-party and exclusive content in this console generation.
They have no games.
Okay. Halo 5, I am a Halo 5 apologist. Love the game. Thought it was great. Many say that's the greatest Halo multiplayer game since 2. I do not. I like the campaign. I'm in the minority, but that's another conversation. We won't go to Halo. But Gears of War 4 was great. The Forza Horizon games are great. Regular Forzas, if that's your thing, Dave, those are fine. Quantum Break, things like that. We've got Cuphead on the way. Fuck it, I don't even care. I don't care enough to argue for it. But no, there is a lot of first-party content. The problem is that Sony has just ate their lunch this console generation completely. So they have all the great first-party content. They have all the great exclusive third-party
Now
content.
you're just sucking Sony's dick right now.
I always suck Sony's dick, but like
we went from him trying to promote Microsoft to sucking
He's not
Sony's
even-
dick
yeah.
within 5 minutes. So
Wow.
you should just end that because
So that One X is gonna last 2 years?
okay.
It
No.
might last less than 2 years now that we're talking about it.
The 360 was the only Xbox console to have ridiculously great 5-star first-party content.
Where's this shit
But
like Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon and shit like that? Like
They're on PlayStation.
like that's what I'm saying though. Like,
But they
where the
still.
fuck is
But
that
I'm saying
content?
that it's a misnomer that they don't have any good exclusive content because they do. They had Halo 5. They had If it was last generation and we said, "Holy shit, we're getting a new fucking core Halo new Halo sequel. We're getting a new numbered Gears of War. We're getting at the beginning of the 360's life cycle, let's say." Just put yourself in a situation where we get a new Xbox console. We're getting a new Halo. So say it's next gen. We get a Halo 6, Gears of War 5, Forza 8, and a fucking new game from Remedy, and a new IP from Remedy, and a new fucking Fable game that might suck. But you get all 5 of those within the first 3 years of the console coming out. If you're looking at that and you say, holy shit, we're getting a new Xbox with a new Halo, new Gears, new Remedy game, new Fable that might suck, and a couple new Fable Forzas.
That's a tough
You're
sell.
having a hard time
That's a
selling
tough
this.
sell.
And
Yeah.
it didn't really work. We just had a great conversation.
Those were awesome
Very,
times.
very passionate. We continued the conversation in between segments very passionately on all sides and didn't record
He
it.
lives and breathes Halo.
I love Halo. I really love that franchise.
He also loves Roman Reigns.
But no. But when I just to bubble this up, I'm not an Xbox guy, but I am a Halo guy. And when I was your age, not condescending, I'm just saying when I was your age,
Yeah, free play.
the biggest game on the planet was Halo. That was the number one esport when esports started. That was the number one game played in college dorm rooms.
It's a
through
destroyer
LAN
of
parties.
relationships.
Halo 2 and 3.
Destroyer of relationships.
Fucking huge. And that's, the novels, the posters, the fucking everything. It was just Halo everywhere. And it breaks
There were
my
warthogs
heart.
on the street.
Oh, McFarlane had hundreds of Halo action figures. And I had so many. I had the Warthog and I put the fucking guys in and zoomed them around. I was in college. And
that's
now
like
We're
G.I.
doing
Joe
that
to
shit
me.
in college? You got laid in college, dude?
All the time. I really did.
Wow, holy
There's
shit.
a Battletoads story I'll have to tell you at some point.
In your
I'll
fucking
show you the-
The
college
fucking
book.
kid woke up. Is it past your bedtime? No.
Showing them the warthog.
Master Chief's in the Warthog.
Dude, I wish I kept that. No, I didn't have Chief in there. I had a blue one, a yellow one, and a pink one. I had the pink.
Is that what you
Spartan,
named
the
them?
female Spartan?
You name him Master Chief?
Anyway, no. We gotta move on with the news because we want to get to Quiztacular.
Alright, let's do
And
it.
somebody has to go to bed. Not me.
He perked up though.
He did a little bit. He got a little antsy during our non-recorded conversation. Okay. Nintendo announced, I don't know if this is coming to America. They did announce, and they're getting all aboard this 90s Super NES themed party this year because of the SNES Classic. They have an SNES 3DS XL coming out.
Oh,
It actually
yeah.
looks really nice.
I saw
It may be a Europe exclusive
when
though.
it's fully
'cause
extended out, it looks like a Super Nintendo.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
they've done a lot of NES and Famicom stuff like that over the years, but now they have a Super NES version.
Very cool.
Speaking of which,
I mean,
we have talked about it off camera a lot. The SNES Classic pre-orders went up on Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, everywhere. Everybody fucked it all up.
yeah.
You got a pre-order.
Yes, I did.
We did not. Do you want one though? You don't want one.
I want a Super Nintendo Classic, but I'm not gonna like fucking kill someone for it. At this point, I mean, it's like if Nintendo doesn't want me to have it,
They
I'm
fucked
not,
it up.
I'm not gonna fucking
They
like.
fucked up.
Get ready for NES Classic
I'm,
now, too.
I'm
They
not
did it
gonna-
again.
I'm not gonna
They're
go
going
in some
to do it again.
shady fucking alley and pay some guy $300 for a plastic piece of whatever the fuck.
Don't diminish how awesome it is.
No, it's awesome, but it diminishes the value of actually getting it if it's so fucking hard to get it. It's like
It's always we've
it's
documented
like racing.
Nintendo's.
It's like racing and get the piece of cake, and then the piece of cake is like really fucking small, and you just got
It's rancid.
but it's a cake.
Yeah, and then you go, oh, and it's gone, and you're like, oh, well, that wasn't worth it at all.
Yeah.
So you got a pre-order. You happy? Where'd you pre-order it from?
Amazon, you dirty bastard.
Amazon? Oh, you're lucky. Fuck.
Wow, you
You
dirty
didn't have to put any
bastard.
money down
Shout out to GameStop.
for telling you that it was up on Amazon.
No.
You pre-ordered GameStop?
Yeah, just
Oh,
lucky timing.
Okay.
so fucking jealous. We don't have to harp on this because we got to get to Quiztacular. I have to get an SNES Classic. I have most of those games. One, I want it for Star Fox 2, and two, I want it because it's Nintendo. You know how we are about Nintendo. But I grew up on that console. It's still my favorite console of all time. That's what got me, well, the NES got me into gaming, but the first actual console I got, besides the Game Boy, new, was the Super NES.
Mm-hmm.
With Super Mario World, and Mario All-Stars, and Mario Kart. And that's
zeros
responsible.
on this, right?
Yes. That is responsible for me getting into Nintendo and gaming and just nerd life in general. I have to be a part of this 90s celebration. Okay, anyway. I'm going to make a Baldy Locks Talks about it tomorrow. Maybe. Oh!
Do it.
When I get one, I'm going to get a capture card as well. We should do a Let's Play SNES Classic Edition as our first Let's Play.
Star Fox 2.
And Star Fox 2. Okay. Couple other notes. Square Enix officially announced a couple things. They said, one, there will be no Final Fantasy 15-2. Which,
Yay.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
they've done a lot of sequels over the years, but I don't know, I liked 15. Still haven't beaten it. Because I can't find my PlayStation controller, but... Oh yeah, I'll tell you about that later. I'm right at the end, but I really like the Final Fantasy 15 world. We talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Final Fantasy 15, they did a collaboration that was planned last year with Ubisoft. And by Ubisoft, I mean Ubisoft, as we discussed last week.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing an Assassin's Creed Origins cross Final Fantasy 15 collaboration, where there's free DLC for both games. But they actually hid Easter eggs in the newspapers of Final Fantasy 15 last year when the game launched, with Assassin's Creed logos on it, and nobody caught it. Not a single fucking person caught it. Did you know that? I didn't notice it, but I looked at newspapers within the game that people were reading. If you look close, there's Assassin's Creed logos on
I
them.
don't recall reading. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they if you look close, there's a couple like on the subways and stuff.
That's gonna be some like ridiculous coordination between
Wow.
the two companies.
And it's two companies that I don't think that
don't
they've ever...
seemingly
they
seem
don't-
like they would do
They
anything.
don't
Yeah.
fit, but it's weird. But yeah, and then I guess there's going to be free Assassin's Creed themed costumes in Final Fantasy 15, along with something called the Assassin's Festival within the main city in Final Fantasy 15.
Mhm.
That's pretty neat. In Assassin's Creed Origins, they're going to do free Final Fantasy 15 style Bahamut DLC. I don't know exactly what it is. Oh, you didn't see that? The poster, I'll put it up,
That's fucking bananas.
it has fucking Noctis with like an Assassin's Creed dagger or something, and it has the giant snake from the Assassin's Creed Origins trailer, which I don't know how that fits into Assassin's Creed lore, but has the giant snake above him in the background. And then it has fucking whoever the new guy from Assassin's Creed is with a big, giant Japanese-style Final Fantasy sword with gems all over it and stuff, like doing Final Fantasy shit, with Bahamut in the background. Not Bahamut, I'm sorry. What's that thing from 15 where they're going in the jungle and he keeps tearing things apart and he's like that thing with the big horns?
Behemoth? Is
The behemoth. It has a behemoth in the background for Assassin's Creed, which I don't know how that's gonna work. But
I was gonna say, fucking Bahamut? You're gonna fight a fucking dragon, dude? What the fuck?
well, it's so huge.
Oh yeah, but like there's a difference between Behemoth and Bahamut.
I'm not sure about Origins. I'm not big on Egyptian mythology, but I am big on Assassin's Creed mythology. I think what they're going to do to explain that giant snake is it's not supernatural, it's that they're going to be injected with some kind of hallucinogen or something to explain a boss fight. Anyway, I think that's kind of cool. Nobody saw that coming. Assassin's Creed cross Final Fantasy. It doesn't even fit.
I'm going to have to look at those newspapers again.
I legit thought it was like a joke or hat.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
I thought this was cool. PS2 second wave title, Smuggler's Run. You remember that?
Oh,
From
yes,
Rockstar.
yes.
Those games were really cool.
That was pretty good.
Then they did a Smuggler's Run 2 a couple years later. It wasn't quite as good. Do you remember those?
No.
That was one of Rockstar's big franchises before GTA 3, so it was kind of like pre-modern Rockstar.
Yep.
They just announced Grand Theft Auto Online Smuggler's Run is the next expansion. And it's all about smuggling fucking drugs and contraband and shit via land and air in the more rural areas of the Grand Theft Auto 5 map, which is what Smuggler's Run was all about. It was all rural stuff. I thought that's cool. Had a cool trailer. It actually doesn't look a lot like Smuggler's Run at all, but it had the logo on and it was pretty cool that they're kind of paying homage to that. Makes me wonder if they're going to do a Midnight Club crossover or something later.
Word is out.
And finally, just today, they announced Street Fighter V is getting a new character for Season 2. Her name is Menet. She is an Egyptian, I forget what they call her, but she basically has this orb, this purple orb of energy that she manipulates. And she can use it, one, as an extension of her body, but also as a projectile that she can warp around the screen and manipulate. So she can get
that character
Rose.
from Street Fighter 4.
Yeah.
She's similar to Rose,
Lame.
but it's not Rose.
Lame.
Yeah.
Super lame.
Okay, we'll go to Quiztacular.
Cool. Ready to get stomped?
Yeah, ask him.
You ready to get
That's
stomped?
bad. Probably.
Okay.
Damn it.
Let's go.
No.
Quiztacular.
Time to get back on the board.
It's time, baby.
Yeah,
you ready?
Yep.
It's
He's,
a race.
he's not with it today, so you can kind of...
I know, he's 9th round McGregor over there.
This guy has either 5 or 6 wins. I think it's 6.
I have a feeling it's 6.
I have 2. Teddy has 1. Teddy, you gotta... Now, there's
I
only
know.
10 questions.
I'm going for the TKO.
However you get...
However,
below the belt, do whatever you gotta do.
Hammer fist.
You do the hammer fist. Whatever you gotta do, because
Don't deduct points,
you
okay?
gotta at least tie me.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's way ahead of all of us.
Okay.
However, these questions might actually lean toward Matt a little bit.
Damn it.
Not on purpose.
It's
They just
rigged,
happen to
not
be
in my
the-
favor.
I do have a tiebreaker question should we get to that point.
Let's be honest, it won't happen.
Question number 1
I'm 50-50.
of Quiztacular 12.
Let's do it.
You ready?
Yes.
Teddy,
Yes.
pull them for you, bro.
I'm
Alright.
doing it for all you fans out there.
All you China Cafe mega fans.
If he passes out, that counts as a win, right?
Yes.
Okay.
TKO.
That's a TKO.
Which of the following is not a real Final Fantasy 15 product? Which of the following is not a Final Fantasy 15?
So meaning it's not in the game.
It's not a game, or movie, or
Or
comic,
DLC.
or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Doesn't, okay.
Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. Final Fantasy 15 Monster of the Deep. Final Fantasy 15 A New Empire. Or Final Fantasy 15, I'm sorry, curtain call Final Fantasy 15.
What? That's what that is? The last one is just curtain call, Final Fantasy 15?
Right.
I'm gonna say curtain call.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There are curtain call Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, that's Thief Rhythm, curtain call. Curtain call, Thief Rhythm, Final Fantasy. It's not
Theater Rhythm.
the
Oh,
Rhythm.
yes.
Theater Rhythm.
I call it the Rhythm.
The at rhythm.
You know, it's Final Fantasy, so you're probably right.
Yeah.
I call it Theater Rhythm because it's English.
That's English.
Question 2. Which of these Halo spin-offs are not real? Halo Evolutions, Halo Boot Camp, Halo Spartan Strike, or Halo Spartan Fight? Halo Evolutions, Halo Boot Camp, Halo Spartan Strike, or Halo Spartan Fight?
Halo Spartan Strike.
You say strike?
Yes.
You say fight?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Spartan Fight is fake. Made it up. Spartan Strike is an iOS game.
I don't like you, man.
Matt has
Sorry,
2, Teddy has 1. Which video game...
He already has the lead.
8 questions left. Which video game on the Steam platform has achieved the second highest ever concurrent player count? Ever. Second highest ever on Steam at one time. Is it Dota 2? Is it Counter-Strike Global Offensive?
Oh shit, this is gonna be a close one.
Is it PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? Or is it H1Z1?
I want to say CSGO.
Is it Dota 2, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or H1Z1?
Yeah, I have to think second. What would be second? I'd say Counter-Strike.
It is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Last night, it had 870,000 players.
Literally just last night.
Which last night was higher at 1 minute. Higher than Dota 2. But it's the second highest of all time. But that night, last night, there were more people playing that game than Dota 2. That's fucking big.
Wow.
And
PUBG.
recent.
Oh
PUBG.
shit.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
And I've been playing the first person server, which is in beta right now. Fucking great. Just
PUBG?
I got
First person?
Yeah, there's a whole new first person mode. Like first person only. Changes the game
Changes the game.
completely. It plays more like Call of Duty, but you can't move the camera around because it's all first person. I got in 6th and like 28th, but 6 on first person mode. Okay. 2, 1, question 4. The first player to ever reach a 1 million gamer score on Xbox Live is named Raymond Cox. I met him at PAX once. He tried to sell me something, and I said no.
Did he try to sell you a hat or
What
a
is
shirt?
shirt?
No, he tried to sell Dave and I. We really wanted to play Mortal Kombat 9, which they were demoing on Xbox, but he had this contract worked out with this company that had these foam connectors to Xbox controllers that would basically allow you to... It's a big foam block that would stay here so that you could play upright. And they're all like, oh, Mr. Raymond, he can't play Xbox without this thing because it'll really trying to sell it. And Dave and I are just like, let us play fucking Mortal Kombat. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, don't care about him. Whatever.
Don't care about him more than
And he's back there not talking to fans or anything. He's just playing Halo and absolutely destroying people online live at PAX while they're marketing this shit. And they have to let you. They're like, yeah, you gotta play it with the block on. And we're just like, oh, Jesus. How much are they? $40. It's just a big piece of foam that connects to the bottom. Anyway.
You got a patent on that?
His name, yeah. I'm sure the company went under.
Yeah.
His name is Raymond Cox. He achieved that feat, getting 1 million gamer score in May of 2014. What is his famous gamer tag? Now, all of these are famous. The answers are Stallion83, Admiral Bulldog, S. Ford Magnuson, or Fatality, with a 1 as the
Yeah.
I. Stallion 83, Admiral Bulldog, S4 Magnuson, or Fatality.
That's Fort Magnuson.
Stallion.
The answer is Stallion 83.
Yes!
Fun fact, he just lost. He went on his honeymoon.
Yep.
He has the highest all-time gamer score. He went
Still
on his
currently?
No, because he went on his honeymoon, he got married. Spent 2 weeks away from his Xbox, and somebody passed him. He's always had the highest gamer score, like, since its inception.
Wow.
I don't know who has the highest anymore.
Wow. Fatality is a pro.
He was the first pro gamer to reach
Yeah.
7 figures
Yes.
on the professional scene. He was big in
Mortal Kombat. Was it? Oh.
well, he got the name from Mortal Kombat, but
Oh, he was an FPS guy.
yeah.
Okay.
2 to 2.
Yes.
Or wait, this is question 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 to 2. Ready? I'm gonna do this once an episode now. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
On episode number 7 of the Leftover Pants podcast, the Pant Bros briefly mentioned the Super NES Classic Editions. They briefly mentioned the Super NES Classics, chosen by Nintendo to be released on the SNES Classic Edition, which launches next month,
Yeah, 29.
Mm-hmm.
with 20 games.
20.
Which of the following games are not included in the SNES Classic Edition in North America?
Wait, what? They're different in different regions?
Yeah, we talked about that. Remember, there's 5 different games on the Japanese one that we don't get.
Oh, wait, yes, that's right.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't apply for this question.
Okay.
Which of the following games are not on the SNES Classic in North America? Is it Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, or Super Castlevania 4? Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, or Super Castlevania 4? Which one is not on the SNES Classic Edition?
Wow.
Secret of Mana?
No, that's Secret of Evermore.
It is Secret of Evermore. Teddy, my man, took his first lead since episode 2. No, I don't know.
That might be the first league ever, actually.
Matt has 2. Teddy has 3.
It will not last long.
Probably
And
not.
Padawan.
Probably not.
Relish in this moment.
3 to 2.
I will relish. Thank you very much.
In 1994,
I love relish.
Nintendo released the first official sequel to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on the Super NES. It was called Super Punch-Out. But on the original NES, Nintendo intended to release a direct sequel, which was canceled late in development, much like Star Fox 2. What was this canceled game called? Was it Mike Tyson's Intergalactic Power Punch? Was it Mike Tyson's Powerful Journey? They all have exclamation points at the end.
Yeah.
Was it Mike Tyson's Power Battles? Or was it Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream? Mike Tyson's Intergalactic Power Punch. Mike Tyson's Powerful Journey. Mike Tyson's Power Battles. Or Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream.
I'm gonna say Power Battles.
Oddly enough, that's what I was going to say. That's the third one, right? Mike Tyson's Power Pals? Yeah.
Incorrect. The answer was
First one.
Mike Tyson's Intergalactic Power Punch, which you can
The
see.
first one.
You can see footage on YouTube, and it looks awesome. He fights a bunch of fucking aliens and
They
shit,
actually have
and you play as Tyson.
footage as...
Oh yeah, the whole game was pretty much finished. It was just never really. You can get ROMs of it too.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting.
3 to 2. Teddy has a slight lead.
Ever so slight.
Telltale Games, which became famous for developing licensed games such as The Walking Dead, a Telltale game series, and The Wolf Among Us, released their first game back in February 2005. What game was it? Was it Jurassic Park the game? Nelson Tether's Puzzle Agent? Graham Annabelle? Or Telltale Texas Hold'em? They're all real games. Was it Jurassic Park the game? Nelson Tether's Puzzle Agent? Graham Annabelle? Or Telltale Texas Hold'em?
Telltale Texas Hold'em.
Graham Annabelle.
It is Telltale Texas Hold'em.
Told you it wouldn't last long.
The game is tied.
Do you actually know that one?
Yeah. I did.
3-3.
Oh, no, it's going.
Recording?
Yep.
Alright. We ran out of battery.
Technical difficulties. Welcome.
That was the first technical difficulty of this episode. We'll continue with Quiztacular and get a winner.
Which will be me.
I was so serious. I will get a winner.
Team Fortress.
TF.
TF1.
Mm-hmm.
Much like Dota, was a game developed as a mod to a popular existing game.
Yeah.
What was Team Fortress 1 derived from? Was it Quake? Was it Quake 2? Was it Red Faction?
Seriously, that's a thing? Quake or Quake 2?
Or Doom
Yeah.
3?
That's such bullshit. I'm gonna
Maybe
say...
it's not even Quake?
It's Quake. Like, let's be honest. So I'm thinking it's Quake 1.
I don't know why you have Quake 1 and Quake 2 up there. Because it's Quake 1.
It is Quake 1. I quickly put together these last few questions on my way here.
I like it, but thank you. It's kind
4 and 4.
Did you say Quake 1 because I said Quake 1? Because I sounded so certain about it, Teddy?
You have 2 questions left.
I
The
could have
winner-
been a wuss all the way and just kept following you on every answer and preserve a lead.
Well, you got 2 questions left, so you might. Speaking of Quake, in the original Quake, players take control of a character named Ranger. What famous person voiced Ranger in the original PC game? Was it Trent Reznor? Was it David Fincher? Was it John St. John? Or was it John Romero? Trent Reznor, David Fincher, John St. John, or John Romero?
This is sad that I only recognize one of the names.
That is very sad. Yes, that is sad.
I'm gonna say John Romero.
Romero.
It is not John Romero. It is Trent Reznor.
Really?
Yes. Who was also in last week's Quiztacular.
Yes.
4 and 4, tied,
That's 9 Inch Nails guy.
going to the final question.
It's the final countdown.
Are you guys ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
We might get a walk-off. The 4 famous people I just listed as answers to the last question all had involvement in video game development during their careers. 1 composed music for the Quake series. 1 inspired the storyline for Alien Trilogy. And 1 designed the original Doom. But which one voiced the infamous character of Duke Nukem? Was it Trent Reznor, David Fincher, John St. John, or John Romero?
Dave Fincher. Or Finchner. Whatever the fuck his
That
name
was
is.
Fincher.
David Fincher.
Fincher.
Sure, it's David
We have
Fincher.
Trent Reznor, David Fincher, John St. John,
Okay.
or John Romero?
Fincher.
Fincher.
No.
Still no?
It's John St. John. He's the famous voice actor who voiced Duke Nukem. David Fincher directed Alien 3
Oh!
and basically had somewhat kind of involvement in Alien Trilogy because there's Alien 3 content in the Alien Trilogy. It's tied 4-4, meaning I need to make a last question which did not save on Google Drive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Google. You think of something? Quickly.
see the silence? We should keep this.
Shit, I had a great question for a tiebreaker.
We should keep this.
Yeah, oh yeah, we're keeping it.
I don't know, man.
Right?
Didn't do
Remember
anything.
he took a little break?
Oh yeah, what'd you
And
do?
then all of a sudden it's like... Happy...
I got a second wind.
Yeah. He downed something.
I'm just typing it out so I don't fuck
I'm
it up.
stoked. It's time to walk off. Walk off on your face. Wait, is it recording?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So we got that. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, your defeat is imminent.
Don't you love our trash talk? He's gonna get an AA real soon.
I hope somebody gets this so I don't come up with another question.
What is it related to?
Duke Nukem.
I knew it!
Mother.
This
It
is
was
the
either
question.
gonna be Duke or Doom.
This is the question that I had. I'm just typing it out.
Another Duke question.
Shitty fucking 90s shooters. Fuck's sake.
Gen Gap. You wouldn't understand how good it was. Not that I even played it, actually. That's the funny part.
What?
The only Duke Nukem game I played was it Forever or something?
Yeah.
The most recent one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. Amazingly.
Wow.
That's on tape?
Yeah.
That's on tape?
I got
Holy
through a
shit.
lot of it.
I beat that shit.
You
That was hard
beat
as
it?
fuck.
It was hard, like difficult.
Oh yeah, because it was poorly designed. I beat that fucking shit. Oh, I can't say the rest on camera.
Wait, that was the one where there was that one sequence in the game where you're on the dance floor, right? And they're playing Disco Inferno
I don't remember that part. I just bought it on Steam though.
with the disco ball. The disco ball's activated, like all the aliens or whatever is dancing on the floor,
Yeah, it kind of sounds familiar.
right?
There was a lot of goofy humor in that.
Yeah. I thought the game was pretty entertaining. Oh, I can't wait to play F-Zero. SNES. No, but in all seriousness, I'm gonna raffle it.
What?
That's what I did with one of my NES Classics last year. I donated it.
Bro.
I donated it to an organization.
Donated to the
I donated.
Leftover Pants.
Hey, One Up!
Bros.
Shout out to One Up Entertainment. They got their giveaway going for an SNES
I
Classic.
saw that.
Alright, shout out to Tom over there, hustling, doing his thing, restoring cabinets, making custom arcade cabinets. Very cool. We gotta shoot an episode there. I'm gonna start slapping on them, button mashing on the controllers.
Hang on one second. I'm just making sure I get legit answers here. And I'm mixing them up, so don't fucking
Legit
assume that the
answers.
last one is wrong. Popular.
Don't assume that the last one's wrong, so the last one's right.
Apparently.
Or is it wrong? And I'm just saying that.
Usually people who back it up with saying that are trying to protect the fact that when
Okay, we're back. Gotta put that part in there though about him thinking Duke Nukem Forever was awesome. Okay, ready?
It was awesome.
Tiebreaker. Somebody get it right. So I don't have to find another question. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Duke Nukem was and is, depending on your opinion, a video game icon. However, the Duke Nukem name did not originate with the video games. In fact, a character named Duke Nukem was a villain on what popular television show? Was it Captain Planet and the Planeteers? Was it Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars? Was it G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero? Or the Toxic Crusaders? Duke Nukem, the name, originated and predated the Duke Nukem video games. Did it appear in Captain Planet and the Planeteers? Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars? G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero? Or Toxic Crusaders?
G.I. Joe.
Bucky O'Hare. Raise my hand in victory.
I can't, because you both got it wrong.
What?
It's Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
No way!
Yeah, way. Shit.
I for sure thought it wasn't that.
Come up with something off the top of your head and ask us.
No, because the last time I did that, I fucked it up and didn't have the right answers down. So, hang on.
I'll come up with the question,
I totally
and then we can. Yeah.
I totally thought
you're
I
right.
won this.
This is the rigging going on. I'd like to rig it, please.
I'd like to pardon Joe Aparo.
I'd like to submit one rig.
Man.
Okay, I got one.
What's the right answer? Can you multiple choice this one too?
Not make it Duke Nukem.
It's Duke Nukem.
Yeah. Don't you feel like this is now a battle of attrition?
At this point, yeah.
Now it's like who can outlast who. It's like who's gonna make the correct guess? I can't believe I got that. Really? Was Captain Duke Nukem?
Because I know nothing about absolute crap 90s shooters. Like Quake and Team Fortress and fucking
You're saying
Doom
they're
and
crap?
Nukem. Yeah, I'm saying they're all shit because that's what they are. Shit. Bad. Disgusting. Awful.
I love how passionate you are about how bad they are, actually. I do find it amusing, I'm not gonna lie.
It's very strange.
They probably were pretty bad.
Which of the following Duke Nukem games is not a real game?
Uh-oh.
I
Here,
loved the scowl you gave me too when I said that they were bad.
here are the answers. Duke Nukem, Land of the Babes. Duke Nukem, The Manhattan Project. Duke Nukem 2. Or Duke Nukem 3D Advance. The answers are, which one is not a Duke Nukem game?
Oh.
Duke Nukem, Land of the Babes.
Duke Nukem 2 is not.
Duke Nukem, The Manhattan Project. Duke Nukem 2. Or Duke Nukem 3D Advance.
Which is not a game.
Which one is not a game?
2.
Final answers.
2. Wait. Oh, you were serious?
Yeah, I said.
Are you
Duke
just
Nukem
copying
2.
him?
No. No, I'm
I
serious.
was
Final answers.
legitimately saying Duke
Yeah.
Nukem 2.
Duke Nukem 2 is not a game.
Duke, it's not a game.
Duke
we're
Nukem
gonna
2 is
be
not a
tied.
game.
We're gonna be tied, yeah.
Duke Nukem 2 is a game. Duke Nukem 3D was the third Duke
Advance.
Nukem. Duke Nukem 3D Advance was not a game. Fuck. Alright, hang on. Alright, we're going away from Duke Nukem.
No.
Duke Nukem 2 is totally a game.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, I was probably wrong about...
Well, even if we both got it right.
No, I
that's
was right. No, I was thinking about something else. Duke Nukem 1 came out in 91. Captain Planet predated 91.
Yeah. Damn it.
Shit.
So that means I was right with G.I. Joe. Let's go.
Pick a number 1 through 3.
Okay. 3.
1.
It's 2.
Really? Are you
This
just
is always
messing with us now?
This always happens. Pick a primary color. Go.
Blue.
Red.
Red.
Sure no.
Your
I win?
Valor.
No. Your question. The
Valor.
question. You get a choice.
Valor. Valor, boys.
Call of Duty.
Hmm.
Resident Evil.
Okay.
Or Duke Nukem, I'm sorry, Resident Evil or what did I say?
Call of Duty, Resident Evil.
Nobody's watching at this point. Resident Evil or Call of Duty?
I'm gonna let Teddy choose.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Resident Evil. Wow, that's pretty cocky. I like it.
It'll make my victory even sweeter.
I know, you asshole. I like it. I like the bravado.
I'm actually a hardcore Resident Evil guy.
Alright.
Just letting everybody know.
Yeah.
So this question is going to be steeped.
I feel like Matt is a little more hardcore than I am with Resident Evil, though.
That's why I let you choose.
Yeah. I picked my own poison, literally. I screwed myself. I should have said Duke Nukem. I should have said Duke Nukem.
I guess you could say I'm gassing you out.
Oh man, I'm gonna feel like 9th round Connor pretty soon. But you know
This
what?
one's pretty good.
I'm making you. Well, no, I'm not gonna say what Connor said.
Yeah.
You know exactly what I was referring to.
Everybody else does too now.
Well, but I didn't say it.
Let's see. Just gotta find the names here.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna say which of the following is not a Resident Evil game.
No, not doing that again.
It's gonna be unnamed this character.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Yes, it is. Hang on.
Can you just focus it on Resident Evil 1?
No,
Is that too much to ask for?
it's Resident Evil 6.
Huh.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I knew he would go with one of the crap ones.
At least you didn't go with 7, the worst of all.
Was it? Which was
No,
the
he's
latest
just
one?
trying to get me to scowl again. It's not gonna work.
It's funny, when you said Call of Duty as one of the choices, Matt's like, the right side of his lip twitched a little bit.
Fuck.
You know, it's
Okay.
also a really shitty franchise.
Huh?
You know, it's also a really shitty franchise.
What's that, bud?
Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's awful.
It's awful.
Administer the question, test giver.
Test.
Okay. Are you ready? Actually, I should.
Is it RE6 for real?
Yes. Wonder if I want to change this a little bit.
I'm up for it.
Okay. Resident Evil 6, everybody's favorite Resident Evil. For the win. Features several playable characters.
Okay.
I just want to double check something real quick first.
So,
I can name all 3 of them right now. If that's what you'd like.
Nope, hang on.
if that's the case, I'd like to choose Duke Nukem.
As he fastly retypes the fucking question.
No, I'm Googling just to check my facts.
We had a deal.
Alright, that's it. What I'm gonna do, my man. You ready? Resident Evil 6 features several
Oh, that is on camera.
several playable characters.
Yep. Who are they?
Which, well, no.
Okay.
There are 4 scenarios in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Which of the 4... not playable characters. Resident Evil 6 features several characters. There were 4 scenarios with 4 main characters, but several characters were playable within those scenarios.
Alright.
Which of the following characters that appeared in Resident Evil 6 made their first appearance in the franchise in Resident Evil 6?
Cool.
Was it Sherry Birkin, Ingrid Hunnigan, Ada Wong, or Helena Harper? And let me just double check real quick.
I got this.
I want to
I hope you do, because I don't.
Oh, no.
Ada Wong.
Hang on. Just want to double check something.
So you're literally asking who made their first appearance?
In Resident Evil 6 in the franchise, yes. Hang on a second before you answer.
You're going to say Ada Wong. There's only one intelligent part of that answer reason why I think it's Ada Wong.
Okay, I just want to double check. Who made their first appearance in Resident Evil 6 in the franchise? Sherry Birkin, Ingrid Hunnigan, Ada Wong, or Helena Harper?
I'm saying Ada Wong. Final answer.
Ingrid Harper?
The answers are Sherry Birkin,
Wait.
Ingrid Hunnigan,
Oh,
Ada Wong, or Helena Harper.
Ingrid Hannigan.
Fuck, no.
What is it?
It's Helena Harper. She's a new character. Ingrid was in Resident Evil 4 and 6. She was the chick that talked to Leon on the intercom from the Secret Service.
And who's Ada?
Ada was in a zillion Resident Evils. Shit!
I totally thought I was going to get this right, and then right after he raises my hand to Victor, I was going to ask if you were intentionally throwing this, because Ada was in a bunch.
Yeah.
Or you just giving me the pity victory?
Oh, I've got a good one. We're going to stay with Resident Evil.
Yay.
This is something I remember very specifically. I just need to double check.
I gave myself a 1 out of 3 on that, and I still got it wrong.
Well, you technically for a minute you had it half right because you mixed up the names and combined them.
I was definitely sticking with Ingrid. As you could tell. You're like, fuck you, Teddy. Why? Why did you stick with Harper?
When he said Ada Wong, I'm like, holy shit!
He's got the opening. And then he's like, Ingrid Harper. Why did he combine two?
Okay, let me see.
I can only imagine what's going through your head. I'm like, why did he do that?
Huh. Okay.
This commercial break brought to you by Aquafina.
Mm-hmm.
Send us those dollar bills.
That's right. Shout out to your Ben Smart over at PepsiCo. There's your free plug.
This is it. Okay.
And to the victor tonight will not be a Nintendo Switch. Still unopened.
Okay. I used to read GamePro magazine. Final question. You ready, guys?
This is GamePro related?
It's Resident Evil related. Back in the day, Resident Evil 1 was like one of those really violent video games on the PlayStation that was like, holy shit, like kids can't play this. They started putting the parental advisory logo on Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. Resident Evil was a big deal. In GamePro magazine, they started doing early looks at games in development.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was called Resident Evil 2. It was never to be released. The whole game was 75% done. This is all true. There's a lot of footage online. There's a lot of restoration projects that people are trying to encourage Capcom to do. fans now, it was a lot like Resident Evil 1, used Resident Evil 1 style character models. Fans dubbed that version Resident Evil 1.5 now. It's a non-canon, almost done sequel to Resident Evil 1. Okay? It was a little bit more action heavy. There's a lot of promotion put out for the game. The game was almost done. Characters were put out there and advertised and profiled in different magazines like GamePro. One of them was Leon S. Kennedy, who made it into the final game.
Yeah.
The second playable character was not Claire Redfield. This person was not related to Chris Redfield. And did not make it in as the second playable character of the real Resident Evil 2. All of these characters are in Resident Evil 1.5. Who was the real second playable character in Resident Evil 1.5? Was it Marvin Branagh? Was it Ada Wong? Was it Elza Walker? Or was it Robert Kendo? All four were in Resident Evil 1.5. Who was the second playable character? Was it Marvin Branagh? Ada Wong? Elza Walker? Or Robert Kendo?
Ada Wong.
Ada Wong.
No, it was Elza Walker.
I meant to say Elza Walker.
God damn it.
Redo.
Shit.
Ada Wong had to be right somewhere, right?
If I keep guessing Ada Wong in Resident Evil, it should happen.
I can't. Okay. Name another primary color. Teddy, go.
Green.
Yellow.
Try again.
Black.
Purple.
Neither of those are primary colors.
Oh.
Okay, anyway. Okay.
Violet.
Think of a number. 1 through 10, go.
8.
It's 8. It is actually 8. You get to pick.
I feel like that was kind of rigged.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It was 8.
Sure.
Shut up.
Justin's mind.
Your foot smells. Put it down. We got
That smells.
Well, I smell good. I just took a shower. Your choices, Teddy, are. I wanted to play some games tonight. I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
I gotta be up in 4 hours.
Okay, real quick. Call of Duty or Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic.
You
Please.
didn't win. He wins.
Please, for the love of Christ, choose Sonic. Please.
Sorry.
End this quickly. Why couldn't you have chose fucking Sonic?
Because
You goddamn ingrate.
that would have guaranteed victory, probably.
I could have named pretty much anything Sonic the Hedgehog, and
I
you
know.
decided to go with Call of Duty.
And that
all fucking
scares
shit.
the crap out of me.
You could have even kind of asked me Sonic lore, and I probably would have been able to do it.
Probably.
Like, I watched Sonic Underground. Like, that's some hardcore shit. Like, nobody knows what the fuck Sonic Underground is.
No. What channel was that on?
It wasn't.
That's what I
Yeah, it
thought.
was.
Was it?
Underground, yeah.
Was it on
Yeah.
WB or something?
That shows something. I don't remember.
It was on public TV.
It's when Sonic and two other hedgehog kids basically are orphans and they're picked up by a fucking giant rat or some shit, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style.
Yeah, it changed all the lore and stuff.
That's pretty fucked up. Think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, except with hedgehogs that can run real fast and play musical instruments.
I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is pretty much the greatest thing ever created. So that's...
Does Sonic ever eat anything?
Yeah, chili dogs!
Well, other than that?
No.
No.
I forget. Are chili dogs even in the games? Or is that strictly in the cartoons?
No.
They did put them in the games later. Okay, I got a good one.
So what's this Call of Duty question?
Yeah, hang on.
I got this.
I hope so. Ugh. Ugh.
Wait, I forgot. Matt, did you pre-order Nino Cream?
Yeah. Comes out the day after my birthday.
Oh.
How old are you gonna be?
23.
Jeez, for real?
Almost halfway through my 20s.
Damn.
They're flying by.
Damn. I really dig this TV. How big is this? 55?
Yep.
Where'd you get it?
Wally World.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Make sure, if you go to get one, it's the 7 series and not the 6 series.
Is it a significant jump up, the 7 and the 6?
Well, the 7 series, they use like a cheaper looking kind of
Perfect.
shitty plastic,
Okay, we're ready. Ready?
and they don't use LEDs. That's an LED.
Yeah.
Which of the following Call of Duty games is not a real Call of Duty game?
Thank God. Fuck.
Call of Duty United Offensive, Modern Warfare Reflex, Call of Duty War Chest, or Call of Duty Combined Forces. Which one is not a real Call of Duty release? Call of Duty United Offensive, Modern Warfare Reflex, Call of Duty War Chest, or Call of Duty Combined Forces.
War chest.
United Offensive.
It's Combined Forces. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna look up pre-made fucking video game trivia here.
There's such a thing?
I'm sure there is. Video game test IQ, blah blah blah.
This is 30 minutes of the end of Quiztacular.
Fucking shit.
Bruh. Holy shit.
I can't believe we got this far.
Okay. Not multiple choice, I'm just gonna start yelling them out. Okay? Well, made popular by Contra, the Konami Code's first appearance was actually in what game?
Life Force.
There you go. No, if it was Life Force, he gets it. He wins.
It's not Life Force, it's Gradius.
Okay.
Wow,
we fucked that up. I was
Yeah.
handing it to him. Man.
Apparently.
I was like, oh, he knows. There you go.
Oh yeah, okay. So you know Sonic the Hedgehog, the reboot, how he had a human girlfriend in the game?
Okay.
I don't care what her name is. That was
Princess Elise?
that was a concept.
You sad that I actually know that?
Yeah. That was a concept originated from the original concept for the original game. He was supposed to have a human girlfriend in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. What was her name supposed to be?
Oh, fuck. I know this too.
Good question.
I want to say it starts with an S, but...
Popular name, beginning of the 90s.
Sam?
Sarah.
Sally?
Madonna.
Damn it.
Okay. Jen Taylor, who voiced several popular female characters in video games, including Cortana from Halo. What other popular female character in video games did she voice? Think of the voice. Think of Cortana.
I can't tell you.
I don't even know who Cortana is.
Alright, she voiced Princess Peach as well. Shit. Excuse me.
Let's go easy mode here. It's 1 in the morning.
That was pretty easy mode.
Don't do like specific names. Just do like
I'm
release dates or something. Like what year did Donkey Kong 64 come out? And just blurb it or something.
You know that, don't you?
No. I don't. This came in my head.
Gordon Freeman wasn't always the hero of Half-Life. Early versions of the game had players assuming the role of... Now you guys wouldn't know that, huh?
Doom guy. I don't know.
Ah, shit.
Duke Nukem.
Was that actually right?
No.
I was gonna say.
Ivan the Spaceman.
I was gonna say that'd be absolutely ridiculous because they're not even the same shit.
Okay. There is a game on the PlayStation 2 where players can save their game at the beginning of a boss fight, which I will leave unnamed, change the PS2's clock to a week later, resume the battle, and the character will die of old age. I don't care who the boss is. What game does it come from?
Are you sure this is a PS2 game?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I played this game.
Oh fuck. First thing that pops to mind is Eternal Darkness, but it's GameCube.
Yeah.
The boss's name is The End.
Oh, wait. Snake Eater.
Is it Snakey?
Is that your guess?
No, it's not my guess. It's is he right?
Well, you need a guess before I say whether he's right or not.
Mine is I don't know.
You don't want to say Snake Eater just in case
Yeah.
he's right?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You want to say Snake Eater.
Well, I would, but if he said it first, and he's right. So I'll say Snake Eater, but if he said it first, then he's right. Is it Snake Eater?
But you can both say the same answer.
Just say, is it Snake Eater or not?
You're
It
crazy.
is Snake Eater.
Is it?
Snake Eater.
It is Snake Eater, yes.
Okay, cool. Teddy wins. Woohoo!
What an anticlimactic end to the fucking...
A win is
That's
a win.
his
Raise my
second
hands in
win.
victory. Raise my hands in victory.
I'm raising his hand. You just took away his fucking oomph.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
He's got an insurmountable lead anyway.
I never got past the beginning of Snake Eater. I'm going to eat something and
Going to eat something?
play some games.
What would you eat at this McDonald's? Peace out.
See ya.